You like that, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Good music, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to spell that? H-I-O.
National champs music right there.
That's right. And we went to the game, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. O H I O.
All right. You got that one right, Ben. Good job.
Uh-huh.
All right. Hi, Ben.
Hey, welcome
To Ben's
college.
Football Picks Week 14.
14 championship week.
How about that?
All hail champions.
Championship Week. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Mm. Okay, so last week I got 6 out of 5, 6 out of 9 right. You got
Yeah.
5 out of 9 right.
That's right. I let you win one with the Florida State game, but that's okay.
Yeah,
So, how do we stand for the year?
I think this is my first time.
I think you're ahead by one pick.
I
Is
am.
that right?
And I have 61. You have 60.
Okay.
And I think this is the first time I've ever been ahead of you.
All right. Well, we're getting down to the end, championship week, so let's see what we have. But let's talk about a couple games last week.
Yeah. Okay.
You pick one, and I'll pick another one.
Well, I'll start with Baylor TCU. Now, I think
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think part of why it went to double overtime is because it was so rainy.
Yeah, it was bad weather.
I would not want to be down there.
Who won?
TCU won in double overtime.
Okay.
I think part of it was all luck,
Well,
and that's why they won.
all right.
So, what's your game?
I think my favorite game of the year,
I knew it. I knew.
the Ohio State-Michigan game, the biggest game of the season, the biggest game in the country, and who won that one, Ben?
OSU.
Ooh, yeah, and they put a big whipping on Michigan, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They showed them how far they have yet to go to be a really top team in the country. So I enjoyed it tremendously, and did you like it too?
Mm-hmm. I did.
I'm proud. I'm glad you admitted that. I wasn't quite sure how you'd feel about it.
Now one more game.
I want to know whether your father really cried after the game, like I heard he did. Did he cry? Oh, okay. That's not what I heard, but that's okay.
And so the last game, an upset. Well, I guess it wasn't really an upset, but it was a big game that Stanford won.
Yeah, that was a mild upset. I wouldn't call it an upset. That was a close game.
Yeah,
Two pretty decent teams.
Notre
And
Dame, Stanford.
Notre Dame's all their injuries finally caught up with them, I think. So
Yeah.
all right, let's move on to this week. Championship week.
Yeah.
What's the first one there, boss?
Well, we'll start with the lowest conference.
What's that?
The AC
Big 12?
AAC championship.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Big 12 conference.
Mm.
Okay.
Temple, Houston. Houston favored by 6.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Houston. They're wide open offense, just like last week. They got very good coaching. And after watching them play last week, they really have some receivers that are good athletes.
I will take Houston as well. Now, Temple, I have to say, they have been playing really good.
Yep,
So I think this will be a close game, but I think Houston will win it.
Okay, I agree. It'll be close.
We will go down with over in the East, ACC. North Carolina, Clemson.
All right.
Clemson favored by 5.
That's a pretty small point spread for playing the number 1 team in the country. I think that reflects the uncertainty of how good Clemson actually is. And I agree that it's uncertain. North Carolina's playing pretty well. They seem to be peaking at the right time. I'm going to take North Carolina in an upset to shake up the Final Four. What do you think?
Well, I have to say, North Carolina, like Duke, when they played Duke, was like 63 to like 20. Something like that. They have been getting a lot of big points.
Yep, they got a good offense.
Now, this is going to be real tough for me. North Carolina,
Clemson's number 1.
I know, but
Okay.
I'll go with you and I'll take an upset. You know what? What? I'll take Clemson, actually.
Okay.
Even though I think it will be a tight game like Houston Temple, and North Carolina will keep up with them, but I think Clemson just has way too good defense.
So, final answer, huh?
Yes, Clemson.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh, we'll go down to the West now. Pac-12. Stanford, USC. Who do you have? And in San Francisco. And the other game, the ACC, is in Charlotte.
Well, the Stanford Southern Cal game it's going to be close, I think.
The University of Spoiled Children.
That's right. You got that right. I think it's going to be good coaching against better athletes, smart kids against better athletes, and I'm going to take a wild one and say Southern Cal, but I'll probably regret it.
Wow, I can't believe you're taking the University of Spoiled Children.
Okay, who you taking?
I'll have Stanford.
Okay.
And I forgot to say, Stanford favored by 4.5. And I still think it will be a close one. All these are going to be really close. USC, I think they have a really good offense to play with. In Stanford, they have a really, really good running game.
I think Stanford does better coaching, and that'll probably be the difference. But I'll just try to pick another long shot and take Southern Cal.
I thought you said you weren't taking any more long shots.
Well, it's just in me this time of the year. What's next?
Okay, we will scramble up to Big Ten.
All right, the big one in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So, Iowa and Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
The Spartans against the Hawkeyes. Who you got?
Hey, you go first.
Again, I'll take Michigan State. D'Antonio's a good coach. They've got a good team. Iowa's unproven, and by many people's view.
No, well, what I think is Iowa, they're a good team. It's just they haven't played anybody.
So,
all their teams are so small that they play. Like
I watched them last week against Nebraska, and they played really well. They had good running, a very balanced attack, and good defense. So I think it's going to be closer than what most people think.
True.
But yeah. I think Michigan State will prevail.
I had Michigan State as well.
But
Now-
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think it'll be close.
Even though Michigan State's lost a game,
Which they shouldn't have lost.
no, I think that was just the coaching.
So, what's next? The refs took that
Wait,
away from them.
I haven't finished my speech. Michigan, yeah, I just think Michigan State, they have a really good front line of their defense. I think that's going to be the difference.
Okay, I can't argue with you.
SEC.
Oh, yeah, the big dummy conference.
It's not dumb. I would say ACC's dumb.
Look at the academic record of all those schools, and then we'll talk again next week.
And
Okay.
Bama's lost a game.
Who do you have?
You know what?
This should be an easy one. Are you going to take an upset?
I really want to pick Florida. Well,
Oh, go ahead. Do it.
No, I want.
Come on.
I want to pick. It's just I want to root for
Come on.
Florida.
Come on, take them. Take them. Take them. Stick your neck out.
Alabama.
I'm taking Alabama and Satan as well, so there you go.
I'm gonna be rooting for Florida.
I
All because of Ohio State. Please, Florida. We're begging.
Okay. I don't think they'll listen, but go ahead.
And then our blog game. Now we don't have
What's a blog game?
a blog game. A game that doesn't matter.
Oh,
A
then,
game that doesn't matter is a game that one team is terrible and I don't even know why we're doing it.
okay. What is that? Who's playing in this blog game?
Texas Baylor.
Oh,
So
wow.
now I just want to say, we don't have any lightning round picks. So,
All right. So this is our lightning round, and I'm
yeah.
It's
Instead, it's a blog
It's
game.
certainly not a championship game.
No,
So,
instead it's a
so
blog
who are you
game.
taking?
I'll take Baylor. Thinks they can come back from losing that game.
Okay, I hate to do it, but I'm going to take Baylor too, and I'm going to ask you, how many points do you think they'll win by?
I would say about 40.
40? Do you think they're going to rub it in if they can? Run up the score?
Hopefully.
Make the Texas people feel
I
bad?
hate Texas.
Well, we'll see. I think they'll run up the score if they get a chance. So, I think that's a good pick. I'll take Baylor also.
To say a little about Christmas and a couple next week we're gonna have a recap show for the bowl games. Who won the season? We'll talk about the Heisman. Oh, and thank you to our producer, my mom. And then that one thing that I need to say, Christmas. Now Christmas is coming up. Now, football is Christmas to me. Football, I love football so much that is Christmas to me. But then I like other stuff, toys and all that. But Christmas is almost football to me.
All right. Then we had a good Christmas present last year to go to the national
Yes,
championship
that was
game,
a
didn't we?
really,
Well, we'll get together next week, recap the season, talk
yeah,
about the championship week,
yeah.
and get ready for Christmas and the holidays.
Oh, we'll
and,
talk about,
and we'll talk about the Heisman,
yeah, we'll talk about the Final
Runners.
Four.
and we'll see if Zeke
We'll talk
moves-
about the Final Four.
if Zeke moves up in the voting after his outstanding performance destroying Michigan. We'll see you next week.
Next week it is.
Bye. Bye, Ben.
Bye.